Yes, welcome to my live to Facebook Live on immigration update. Today I'll speak the relaxation of immigration rules due to the coronavirus lockdown, first lockdown as well as second lockdown. Home Office relaxed some usual immigration requirement in terms of spouse visa, fee verification, recourse to public fund, or financial help for the asylum seeker. Although we are in downside of lockdown or the coronavirus, hopefully from first week of December, the lockdown will end. But the immigration rules what changes for in terms of spouse visa requirement, fee waiver or recourse to public fund, and the financial help for the asylum seeker, which is significantly difference that with the usual requirement of immigration rules. In terms of financial requirement, the usual requirement is for spouse visa, especially if any British citizen or a person settled in the UK want to invite their spouse from overseas. The usual requirement is they need to satisfy four requirements mainly. So financial, first is financial requirement, which is the spouse must earn, the British citizen or person who settled in the UK, he must earn £18,500, 18,600 pound. In addition to that, the other requirement, relationship requirement, English language requirement, and accommodation requirement. This is the usual requirement for a spouse visa application. So the English language requirement, I'll give a brief idea as well, and I'll then following I'll tell what are the changes brought by the immigration rules due to the COVID-19. The main changes was in financial requirement of spouse visa, £18,600. That's what I'll address. But before that, I'll discuss some basic requirement of spouse visa. So the English language requirement is for a spouse if he or she want to come to the UK as a spouse. Spouse means husband or wife. He or she has to satisfy that he passed the English language test A1. So if it is the first application for anti-clearance visa, the requirement is A1. If someone apply of second extension from the UK, first extension from the UK, that will be A2. And when she will apply for indefinite leave to remain, the requirement is B1. So English language requirement, first initial is A1, and then the relationship requirement, what is the couple must have a genuine relationship. So you need to provide evidence of your relationship. So if you could provide a marriage certificate, and that will satisfy the requirement. However, you can provide some additional requirement as well, such as some wedding photographs, any other tenancy agreement or utility bills or these types of evidence. So if you send any money, so you can provide these types of evidence to prove your relationship. In terms of accommodation, your sponsor means your husband or wife who is settled in the UK. He must provide a tenancy agreement or a proof of evidence that he can provide sufficient accommodation once you be in the country. There is no requirement that you have to be 3-bedroom or 4-bedroom or 1-bedroom, as soon as the house is not overcrowded. Even if someone rented a double room, that will be sufficient. Even if someone, for example, if their parents or any relatives assured that they write a letter as well that they will provide accommodation once he or she will get visa, that will also satisfy the accommodation requirement. But we advise that if you have an opportunity or an option, it is for safe side to rent a room or rent a flat or rent a house. So this is the accommodation requirement. Now, main difficulty what British citizen or the settled sponsor find difficulty to satisfy the financial requirement. And that is what £18,600 if you want to apply for one person, that is just for spouse. And then if you have children, also it is you need to earn more money. This is also a separate requirement. So first is, let me speak today about for spouse visa. So this is the usual requirement for £18,600 for spouse visa if anyone want to apply for to bring their spouse from overseas. Now, what are the changes brought by the Coronavirus Act 2020? Due to the lockdown and due to the COVID-19, the immigration rules has changed in terms of spouse visa requirement on financial requirement, that's basically. So Home Office show their sympathy and comply with the principle, and it was a matter of principle in March when the lockdown has started. Many people lost their job. Some people has started work and they used to earn 18,600 pound. Unfortunately, they lost their job. Some people used to earn 18,600 pound, but due to the lockdown, the employer put them in furlough scheme, and their income go down from 18,600 to 1,600. Now, Home Office published a policy guidelines, and the policy immigration laws has changed that. On that regard, those who has lost their job or those who are not earning 18,600 pound due to the furlough scheme, or the employer put them in furlough scheme. So the immigration rules published in after the lockdown started in during the May, and they said first there are two group. One group who lost their job due to the lockdown or COVID-19, and they are not earning at all, because they used to earn 18,600 pound, but they lost their job and now they are not earning at all. This is the one group. The second group is they used to earn 18,600 pound, but as they are in receipt of 80% salary due to the furlough, then they are receiving now, for example, 16,000. They are 18,600 is get down, which is 80% is 16,000, for example. So this is the second group. For the first group who lost their job, the Home Office published their policy that if anyone who satisfied the financial requirement before the coronavirus started, before March, but due to the lockdown or due to the COVID-19, they lost their job. Now they don't have any earnings. They are not satisfying 18,600 pound. The Home Office policy change said, well, if you satisfy the financial requirement prior to March, the Home Office will consider now that you satisfy the financial requirement despite you don't have any earnings. So this is the first group. The second group is those who used to earn 18,600 pound, but due to the lockdown, the employer put them on furlough scheme. Now their earnings only 16,000 pound. For this group, the Home Office said, published their policy. They said, we will consider that you earning 100% means 18,600 pound, despite you earning 16,000, 80%. So this is the policy for the second group. So sum up, those sponsor, those my brother and sister who want to invite your spouse from overseas, Bangladesh, Ghana, Afghanistan, or Iraq, anywhere in the world, and you are wondering that I lost my jobs, or somebody warning that my earnings is not 18,600 pound, this is a good news for you. If you lost your job and you've satisfied the financial requirement prior to March, the Home Office said that we will consider you satisfy the financial requirement. If you're earning 16,000 means that less than 18,600 pound due to the furlough scheme, the Home Office said we'll consider you earning 100%, that is 18,600 pound. So no worry if you lost your job or if your income is below 18,600 pound. As soon as you satisfy the other requirement, that is accommodation requirement, that is the English language requirement, the relationship requirement, your spouse will get visa to come to the UK. Some people also face some problems, especially to extension, or some people want to apply for ILR, or some people want to apply for British nationality, but they cannot book the English language test. For example, A2 or B1, and because lack of English language certificate, they cannot make the application. Then what the advice? The Home Office published their policy, and Home Office advises, okay, if you cannot book your exam to sit for a B1 exam, then you shouldn't wait. You should make the application to the Home Office and then wait for when the center will open. Then you can make an appointment and book the test, and you can provide the certificate later. But you should make the application. And this is my advice: is if your visa is going to due, you don't have the English language certificate because the center is closed, you cannot book a test. Don't wait. Submit your application as usual and wait for the test. You can provide your certificate in later once you pass your exam. But make sure when you submit the application, you fill the form correctly. That is in the whether English language requirement, you said no, I didn't pass, and then there will be a box come, and in this box you need to write a note that I didn't find the center, or I cannot book the exam, or the center is closed due to the lockdown. Give a note, and the Home Office will be satisfied, and they will wait for the certificate. Probably they will write a letter or will send an email now, because Home Office are communicating. Home Office communicate by email most of the time. They're not writing any letter, so you will get an email from the Home Office about it. So this is the second issue I want to address. Now I'll move to, so this is all about spouse visa requirement and English language requirement, and then I'll move to fee waiver application. Fee waiver application, I know many people are struggling to satisfy the financial to pay the Home Office fee and the NHS fee, because Home Office fee is for one person application is £1,054, and NHS fee, unfortunately, £1,560. I can imagine for one person, if someone want to apply or extend their visa, they need to pay nearly £2,500, £2,600 plus the professional fee. So more than £3,000 just for extension they need to. It is very difficult for someone because they don't have a public access. They need to pay rent, they need to buy. Now many family, they have 2-3 person. Think about it, how much these people will earn. They don't have access to public fund, and how possible to pay the NHS fee or the Home Office fee. In this circumstance, what these people can do, what are the support available, what the immigration rules say? Yes, there are some way. If you cannot you cannot pay the Home Office fee, or if you cannot pay the NHS fee, still you can make application to the Home Office. But what you have to do, you need to make a fee waiver application. Now, fee waiver application is, or NHS fee exemption application, this is the same application. If the Home Office grant your application, the Home Office will give you exempt from the NHS fee as well as exempt from the Home Office fee. So you will make the application free of charge. So what is the usual requirement for fee waiver application? The usual requirement for fee waiver application is the immigration rules is that the eligibility requirement for fee waiver application or NHS fee exemption application is you have to be, if you are destitute, you will get fee waiver. Home Office will give you exemption from paying the NHS fee as well as the Home Office fee. So what you have to do now, for example, you have a family, you have a children, you cannot pay the rent. So what you have to do, before your visa expire, you need to make an application to the Home Office to pay fee waiver application. Now this application is a bit technical. I think you should seek advice before make this application from professionals, because this application is very technical. What you have to do, you need to fill up the form and you need to provide all the information about your earnings. Then you need to provide all the information about your expenditure. And when the earnings and expenditure is different, when your earnings is less than your expenditure, or your expenditure is more than your earnings, then the Home Office will consider you as a destitute. Now, the definition of destitute given by the immigration rules is two groups. One group three group basically. One group who cannot pay the rent, those who doesn't have enough money to pay the rent, or those who doesn't have enough money to buy food, they are the destitute. The second group is those who have enough money to buy the food for themselves or for their family, for their children, or to pay rent, but they don't have enough money to pay the home office fee. Third group is they have enough money to pay the rent or bills and enough money to pay the home office fee. However, if they pay the home office fee, they will be destitute, means they will have left no money to pay their rent next month. So these are the circumstances someone can claim that I'm a destitute and I need a waiver from the home office and NHS fee exemption. Now, during this lockdown period, home office was relaxed. Most of the application, I will say 99% application was granted as soon as you provide all the necessary and supporting document. My application, for my client, I made a lot of application, 100% my successful. So during this pandemic times, home office was relaxed and accepted a lot of fee waiver application, and home office give, because it's not possible now. 10, 20, 10, 15,000 pound will come a fee for a family. So how is possible to pay this fee? So if your situation is in like that, you need to pay the home office fee and you don't have enough money to pay NHS fee or home office fee, make an application before your visa expire. Now, some people is confused because home office, I applied for example, I applied for a fee waiver application, decision is not coming, my visa is going to expire, and they're in panic that I'll be overstayed. So what should I do? And then they make application and pay the home office fee, NHS fee, and subsequently they get a decision fee waiver. This will not help. In that panic, what is the law said? Well, once you make the fee waiver application, you are safe until the home office make a decision and send you a decision. You will not be overstayed despite your visa is expired. For example, if your visa is expired 15th of September, you make an application 1st of September for fee waiver application, and 15th of September you didn't got your decision. Now, in this circumstance, you don't need to do anything because you will not be overstayed, because Section 3C of Immigration Act 1971 said that once if any applicant make an application to the home office, his leave and the condition of his leave to remain or his visa will continue until home office make a decision. So until the home office will make a decision of your fee waiver application, your visa will continue, will not be overstayed. Now, once the home office will make a decision, they will give you 10 days to make the application. They will give you a code, and once you make the application, and when you submit the application, when the time will come to pay the home office fee, that time the form will ask you, do you have a fee waiver code, fee waiver, or your application granted? On that code, you need to write this code, and then automatically the application will be submitted to the home office. So if you need any help in terms of fee waiver or NHS fee exemption, make an application to the home office on time, and hopefully you will get visa. The second issue and update I want to discuss is about recourse to public fund. It's also very important for many people, and I find myself many applicants come to us, and because they don't have recourse to public fund, because most of the immigrant earnings is lower than average. So for example, if someone highest can earn £1,500 per month, and he has a family, so he has children, wives, they need to pay rent, he doesn't got any access to public fund, rent £1,000, buy food, utility bills, everything, £2,000 cost for the family. So in that situation, it is very difficult for the immigrant to without public fund to survive in the UK. So what you can do? Is there any help available this type of situation? Yes. If when you make the application to leave to remain, the home office issue a BRP card with no recourse to public fund. If your circumstance has changed, for example, you got a baby, now your circumstance changed, or you lost your job, or any other incident happened, or the circumstance changed, then because of this, now you find difficulty to live without the access to public fund. In that situation, you can make an application to the Home Office, which is called a recourse to public fund. Then what if you satisfy the requirement, if you are eligible for that, in that case Home Office will accept your application and they will change the condition of your BRP and they will write recourse to public fund. So then you can apply for a universal credit, you can apply for housing benefit, housing accommodation from the local authority, child benefit. This is very unfortunate. Those who doesn't got the recourse to public fund, even their children are British, they cannot claim for child benefit because child benefit is a public funds. So in that situation, Home Office will give you access to public fund and you can claim everything: child tax credit, universal credit, what is available, you can claim everything. Now, the requirement for recourse to public fund is eligibility requirement, again, same as fee waiver application. That is, if your circumstance change, if you are destitute, you cannot pay the rent, you find difficulty to buy food for your family, or you lost job, then you can make an application to recourse to public funds. Again, you need to provide all the evidence in the application form, because fee waiver application and recourse to public fund application is very technical. And I think it is better to seek legal advice from professionals. So what you have to do, you need to provide evidence of your earnings. I'll come after a short break. Sorry for interruption. So I said that in the application form, you need to provide evidence. First, there's two columns. One column you need to write all the expenditure, and the second column you need to write all the earnings, and you need to provide evidence of these two columns. So how much you earn, you need to provide your bank statement, you need to provide your pay slip. That will show that how much you earn. Second column is about expenditure, for example. Yeah, so you need to provide your tenancy agreement. So, and you'll write how much you pay rent, for example, £1,000, and you need to provide your tenancy agreement. Second column, you spend for car, for petrol, £1,000, for insurance, you need to provide evidence. Third column, you write there, well, for family food, I spend £600. So they will ask you, okay, provide some invoices, vouchers, or something like that, invoices, receipt, so all these things. So then you need to provide all this evidence to the Home Office and submit the application. More importantly, I will say that this application, fee waiver application and recourse to publication, is free of charge. This is the only application you can make to the Home Office without any Home Office fee. You don't need to pay any Home Office fee for the fee waiver application and recourse to public fund application. So, dear viewers, due to the coronavirus and due to the lockdown, the Home Office bit relaxed to grant fee waiver application and recourse to public fund application. If you are in that situation, if you find difficulty to pay the Home Office fee, or you find difficulty to live without public fund, without benefit, make an application to the Home Office for recourse to public fund. If you need any help, you can contact with your nearest lawyer or a solicitor or a barrister, and then someone will help you and advise you. Next one, I will my final point I want to discuss again, help for asylum seeker. This is also an important, especially due to the lockdown. Many asylum seekers find very difficult to live. They don't have any place to live. They don't have any money to buy food for them. So for them, Home Office also a bit relaxed due to when the coronavirus started and lockdown started. So the Home Office also published some guidelines for asylum seekers. If they have help. This is the usual form what you need to do. So if you find difficulty to buy food, then you can make an application to the Home Office for financial help. So this is for asylum seeker as well as overstay, or as well as the undocumented migrant. So if any undocumented migrant or asylum seeker, anyone need any financial help from the government because you don't have paper, you don't have right to work, and you find a difficulty, or if you don't have any place to live, also you can ask the Home Office. So the procedure is the eligibility requirement: you don't have enough money to buy food or to live somewhere to put rent. This is the eligibility requirement. Now you can prove it. For example, you don't have any job, you don't have permission to work, you don't have a bank account. So if you just make a statement, the home office has to believe, and obviously you have to be honest with the home office. Now, how you make the application for financial help? If you are overstayed, if you are a asylum seeker, if you undocumented migrant, you need financial help. The procedure is there is a form available at the home office, which is form ASF1. There is two form ASF1. This is the first form, and the second one ASF2. So if you need any help, you need to download this form. It's a very easy and straightforward application. You can fill up by yourself. There is a guidelines available, so you can fill up this form, and then you need to send this application to asylum support casework team, post office box number 471, Duvar, postcode CT169F1. The address is on the form. So download this form, fill up, and then send it to my home office. Now, what you will get if you make this application? You will get £37 per week for yourself, and if you have a family member or more person, they will get £37 or £35 per week. If you don't have any place to live, you need to fill up the form. You need to send to the home office again that you don't have place to live. Then the home office will arrange you somewhere in a hotel, or they will refer you to the local authority to arrange a temporary accommodation. So this is the available help for the asylum seeker. Now, if any family, if any woman is pregnant, she can also apply for maternity allowance, which is 300 and further £250. If anyone also need further help because they are already received of £37, but it is not enough for them, you can also make another application, which is SF2, to for more support, which is apply for additional help, section 4 to support. You will get also support for medical appointment and maternity payment. So these are the support available for asylum seeker. I think you can contact to the home office if you need further help in terms of asylum seeker, or if you are an overstay. The help is available, but many people lack of information. They don't know, because this during the coronavirus, when the lockdown started, and right now even home office was relaxing, every applicant, most of the application they grant. So many people doesn't know what the procedure for payment. Maybe this question will come, that I don't have a bank account, or how the home office will pay me. Yes, what the home office will do, they will send you a debit card, option card, and then they will load it £37 or £35 every week on this card, and you can buy food from shops. That's what this card about it. So this is will end my live session today. I don't today I am not going to discuss about any student visa or point based work permit system, because a lot of people spreading a lot of news in media platform. I think the people has to be aware the work permit and student visa. People are saying that they're going to open from January. That statement is not correct. I always say that student visa was open, still open. Work permit is open in the UK all the time. Tier 2 general work permit, which is now the reform, and then they introduce new rules, which is the replacement of Tier 2 general work permit, which is called skilled worker. So requirement and almost there are some reform. Yes, this is some of advantage available for employer. The people who want to come, they can come in level 3 qualification jobs. So there are some changes and reform in the work permit system. I'll discuss about it in my next session. I'll speak about the Brexit and EU family permits as well. Still, the EU nationals have a chance to invite their family member from overseas, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Ghana, Africa, Nigeria, wherever they are. They can still invite them to come to the UK. I'll speak the details requirement of the family permits. I'll speak about the student visa. I'll speak about work permit system in my next session. Stay with me, and thank you all of you to watch my program. And I'll see you next time. A very good evening, all of you again.